there we got it. 2 of these skid plate thingies. Can almost guarantee they're gonna work. What's up, everybody? So today I've decided I'm gonna do a little bit of maintenance on my front axle here. Some things I've been wanting to do for a long time. So jump right into it, kind of show you what I'm working on today. So these control arms have taken quite the hit here and there. So I want to put a skid plate basically that covers all this to where it's not deforming the metal like it is here. It's not deformed out. It's not gonna get hit. These will be safer. So it'll keep these from actually spreading out. The idea is to cover this with a piece of metal and weld it on here to keep these from spreading out and deforming even more. All right, so coming into the garage, I kind of got things lined out how I'm gonna do it. They're $20 to buy them online, or like $20, $30, but then it's like another $15 to $20 shipping. I just don't want to pay that. So I was trying to figure out what can I do to make my own. The way I'm going to accomplish that today is I'm going to use a piece of metal I found in my scrap bin. And this piece of metal is off of a 93 Cherokee rear leaf spring off of an 8 1/4. Is it 8 1/4? Yeah, the Chrysler 8 1/4. So this held on the leaf springs and had U-bolts that went through it. So we're going to cut this off right here. We're going to weld in these holes, turning them into these here. I went ahead and did this one yesterday just to make sure it could be done. And as you can see, it can be done. And so we're gonna have some heavy duty pieces. I'll show you how this is gonna fit on there. This is gonna go on just like that. Gives me a little bit of room to weld on. Yeah, that's how that's gonna fit on there. And then that will be the skid plate. And so today I'm gonna be wearing this little headband thing for my GoPro, and I hope it catches everything right. I've got these horrible lights in here because this garage didn't have any lights in it. So I just put up these 100-watt lights that I had sitting in storage for 5 or 6 years, and finally I've got a need for them now. So try to show you everything I'm going through, how I'm going to turn this into that. Saw a need, found the material, and gonna make it work. Let me show you how. I'm only doing this because I've got to put some weld in there to fill these holes, so that's the only reason I'm cleaning it up. I know it's nasty, dirty, and it's gonna get beat up, but I just want it to be good weld. All right, so anytime you're working with a power tool, any kind, and you're working with it to change something, unplug it. That way you don't accidentally bump it and it don't come on and cut you. So with this, we're gonna take off this flapper blade, put on this cutter blade, or disc, put on a little cutter disc, tighten that down. Anytime you're working with a power tool, especially a grinder, put it down upside down in case you do kick it on, as if it's sitting like this, it could take off running. If you don't have a guard, it could take off, spin up the power cable. Just not good, just not good. So we're gonna put these two back together like that. Got power. Now next thing I wanna do is mark this out. What we've got here is on the axle side of it, to the outside is 3 1/4. So I'm right at 3 inches, just shy of it, 1/16 shy, but we're gonna make these 3 and then we can cut back. Little speed square action, just to get a straight edge. And just remember, when you're working with stuff like this, it's not rocket science. You want to get it close. All right, so I'm gonna hack this off and double check everything. So that's at 3, 3, 3. Let's cut this thing off. See there? My dad's watching this. I paid attention. I learned. I know a little bit about what you taught me. All right, here we go. Just gonna knock this burr off. So we've got a good piece of metal. They're the same size, same curves. Now comes the fun part. We got to weld in, plug weld these, just fill them with weld. It doesn't got to be pretty, but I don't care because where it's going to be located on the Jeep, it's going to take a beating, and I don't care. I just wanted it to fill in. It'll hold. I never claimed to be perfect at this, but we're going to fill this thing in. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna let this cool, but basically all I did is just heated it up and filled these up with a little bit of molten metal, but I'll grind it down. It's not pretty yet. All right, so I got all this grinded down and smooth to where it looks pretty good. It's still hot, at least warm, but now you can kind of see how they look a lot alike. So the next step is to go cut this relief cut in the back. And with the relief cut, we're just gonna cut real deep, like almost all the way through it. Just enough to hold it together when we bend it. And then we go out there and beat it with a hammer to open it up. And there we got it. 2 of these skid plate thingies. Can almost guarantee they're gonna work. All right, so we got these made, cut, relieved, ready to go in. So the first thing we wanna do, and I don't know, I'm not a welder. I literally make it up as I go, learned building that axle. So don't be too harsh, but I do know I'm gonna disconnect my battery. If you know why that's a thing, let me know in the comments, because I've always heard disconnect your battery because it could save your computer, but is that true? Anyway, let me know. First thing to do, take off the battery. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do here, we gotta prep the surfaces. So this piece goes in here just like this. Just like that. So first things first, we gotta prep the surfaces that are gonna get married together. So we gotta grind this all down a little bit. Here we go. I know they're not the prettiest welds, but for doing it upside down on the ground and not being a welder, I'm kind of happy with it, to be honest with you. I think they'll hold. What do you think? I don't know. I feel like it really makes the Jeep look a little bit more solid, you know? Just something I wanted to do. It's better than nothing, and it just makes it look better. I think that's all I want to do it for, is to make it look better. So anyway, all right, that pretty much wraps up today's video. Like I said, I just had the scrap stuff in the bin. I've been looking at it, and I just didn't like the look from the front profile, you know, just the front look of it. So I want to do something to give it a little bit more of a solid, beefier stance. I think this really did it. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you guys taking your time to watch. So if you wouldn't mind giving me a little like and a subscribe, that'd be great. Got a lot more stuff coming up. I've got some upper rear control arms from Barnes coming in that I'm gonna be welding up and building myself with Heim joints, because I'm tired of the bushings going out on me. So we're just gonna get rid of the rubber bushings altogether, and we're going straight to Heims, which I think that's the only one is the rear that doesn't have the Heims. So we're gonna slowly integrate Heims into the rear. The front's got them all the way around, front, lower and uppers. And it's awesome on the trail, but the rear, it really needs it because I can feel it on the road where it wants to wash out, because them bushings are just gone. And I'll show you that in the next video. And yes, those are the same long, short arms that I installed about 1.5 years ago, the orange ones. They're crap. Got them on Amazon, don't do it. So for about the same price, I ordered them from Barnes 4-wheel drive. All I've got to do is weld them together, and that should be here in about a week. So that'll probably be on my next shop video if I'm not out on the trail. I've got some old videos in my files that I just haven't edited because something or another, I didn't like what was going down or what, I don't know. So I've got a couple from Moab and a couple from around Colorado that I did this year, 2022. I just haven't edited. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you guys on the next one.